This evening's response to what we have heard is called Intact, a reflection of what we've heard in our time together this evening. Life in fullness, life of flourishing, what a guan in these days. Touch is absent, fear chases away relationships, pandemics rendering all untouchable. Untouch the other and live. Untouch the other, resisting perceived dangers. Dead bodies having lost their mortal coil, having lost their respectability. Remind of the sacredness of an afterlife unknown. Remind of the creator and ancestors long gone. Touch not, handle not, some rendered unclean, desires for purity transcending empathy. No care for the suffering, no care for the dying. Years of exploitation, a pandemic of great proportion, economies once again a priority over living bodies. Hunger and poverty abound in great proportion, multiplied exponentially, resulting in fire and rage we see in the streets. Mortality is fragile, distance providing a mask of safety. Amidst a drastic scenario of mortal coils falling rapidly, sidestepped by societies, isolating those labeled different. Touching the sick, breaking down barriers, we reach out, defying historic boundaries and borders, the hands-off perpetuation of patriarchy itself a death knell, the touch a resistance to this living hell. At center are the exclusions, the attack on racialized and poor bodies, and exploitation of fault lines uncovered in our midst. Workers who are exploited by neocolonialism falling to disease named pandemics. Bodies lying in state, bodies devalued, bodies laid bare by pandemics left unchecked. Vulnerable lives deemed as working bodies display invisibility, a concept of social dis-ease. Dead bodies walking and ignored, lives of men and women in permanent economic quarantine. Contaminated by living, poor bodies turned away by a system spiritually bereft of compassionate response. Nobody cares for lives that don't matter, neopolitics dictating who lives and who dies. Unmask the virtual realities, open closed eyes to the unholy illusions of masked inequalities, of economies flourishing as they exploit the untouchable, of healing that can come in absence of touch. Healing that requires radical living, touch now bearing new meaning, touching across the miles, touching in new ways, touching to dismantle systems that isolate and reproach. Resist the politicization of bodies, resist the pollution of lives made pure by Creator, resist the touch that violates, resist the touch that brings hurt, resist the narrow-minded thinking of touch, embracing new touch and contact that heals. Bodies are embodied by divine image, mortal coils connected to spirit without touch. Feel the interconnectedness, connected all living things. Move us to healing the created. We wait for the healing. We wait. Ashe.